What is up, guys? Shout out Alan here, and today we're going to be talking about Professor Xavier. And so, what I was going to do is challenge him on a couple of bosses so you can see the differences and talk about how to get him, what should you do to rank him up for his uniform, and so all that fun stuff. So, while I'm talking real quick, I'm going to rip Ebony Maw apart. And so Professor Xavier does mind damage, as you guys know, and so that means he's going to be super effective against Ebony Maw. Any of the elemental damage is really good against him, and so that was perfectly timed, so you can see how quickly he is. I don't have anything stage 29 or higher because I don't have Emma Frost yet. And so if I had Emma Frost, I could be doing the challenges that you get from challenge 30, and then I could move on. I'm not spending crystals on that. That's silly. But to get Professor Xavier, first things first is you'll have to get him through the danger room. He can show up as one of these daily entry chests, but it's going to be like two. And then he can show up as he can't show up as a victory one, but he'll also show up as your awards at the end. Oops, no, that's proficiency. That's not the right one. Great info. He can be in one of your rewards from platinum. Is he in gold? He's not in gold. So you have to have a platinum chest or a vibranium chest. And then obviously challenger chest as well. And so that's how you get his bios, and then you unlock him. Then it's just hard to get his bios. So what I would do is I would do some rank up tickets if you can, get him to 6-star, and then use an advanced mega ticket if you have one. Now, the tricky part is since his bios are so hard to get, to upgrade his uniform is going to be very, very difficult. And so I had a mythic, mega mythic uniform ticket available from Shadowland that I got from beating that first time, and so I was able to get the uniform all the way up to mythic just by using that item. And so these are the options also for the uniform while we're talking about it. You got the Bullseye Dark Avenger, Wolverine House of X, Wasp the Ant-Man and the Wasp, which is Ant-Man 2, Domino Marvel Now, and then the Spider-Man 2099, all new, all different uniforms. And so if you have those, you can get those extra options. When I upgrade this one, then the stats for energy attack will go up. And so that's just kind of how it is. The uniforms, they help you get other uniforms, and your uniforms boost other uniforms. And so but anyways, that's not why you're here. You're here to learn about some content, see how strong he is. And so we're going to go ahead and try Thanos stage 20, but instead of using the uniform, we're going to go ahead and jump into with regular modern Professor Xavier. So I have Cyclops lead that gives you increase 35 all attack and 25 defense. Valkyrie is a nice stat bump for her passive, right here. All allies target dodge rate, ignores target dodge rate by 30%, increase damage to supervillains by 50, and decreases damage by 25. So that's nice. On Cyclops, Cyclops' passive, it gives it an extra 30% energy attack. Also, this team up gets us a little bit for loyal to the cause, which is Xavier and Cyclops. It gets extra energy attack and dodge. And so that's our team up, and we're going to go ahead and get started. Just all attack strikers as we go through and see Thanos. Now we're going to keep track of this time so we can compare it to him when he has the new uniform. And so I'm trying to primarily use Professor Xavier as we do these fights. That way it's reflective of what he can do. Alright, so we do a couple damage for a little bit of damage at the beginning part. The thing about Professor Xavier for most of the world bosses is he will kind of snare them, kind of make them where they're stuck where they're at instead of moving where they need to be. And so they'll freeze them in place, and so people like especially Cole Obsidian, oops, good job, they'll be stuck in place, and then you can just keep doing damage. So we're already on the 11 bar part, so at the next phase, so all debuffs won't work for him, so we'll just need to be very careful. Professor Xavier does have pretty good move speed, so I tried to get some cheeky damage right there. Avoid these meteorites. Oops, I stepped in a pool. Some good damage right there. We're already on the 7 bar, which means his friends are coming in. Time to switch. Valkyrie's a little faster, I think, in Cyclops. Smash, smash, smash. She's dead. So, sorry, man. Or girl. And, Yeah, so we're doing some damage right here. Oops, see that purple crossbars you need to avoid. And so fortunately on his 5th skill, you can move around. So you can poke him and still do some damage, which is really nice for Professor Xavier. When he's low, he'll do that little cross thing right there. Dodge, move. And there we go. So 3 minutes and 15 seconds with the regular uniform, or not uniform, but without the uniform. So 3 minutes 15 seconds is what we're shooting to beat. Alright, we got his uniform equipped. We are ready to rock and roll in his hover chair, and we're going to try to beat 3 minutes and 15 seconds with this one. So we're going to do some skills. You can see already quite a lot of damage already from the get-go. The trickiest part is trying to beat it quickly with Thanos is that he dodges a lot of your moves, so you kind of have to spam. Oh, we're already in the 11th, so I'm sure we're going to be a lot quicker because Corvus didn't even show up that time. So we're going to avoid some meteorites. Dodge move, dodge move. Good job, man, good job. And then 3, 4, 5, 2, 1. Oh, watch out for the thing. Xavier's got some really good movement speed, so that's great to dodging his attacks. So Valkyrie, Ebony, and Cold Obsidian. You know, I think she died last time too, so that's pretty funny. So some moves. We're about 40 seconds ahead of where we were last time. And there we go. So 30 seconds faster with the new uniform. And so that is quite a stat bump for Professor Xavier. Alright, Professor Xavier, he's a tier 3, so he is eligible to try against Null, World Boss Legend, and so we're going to try him out. He's not the best at him. I don't normally use him for my runs, but we're on stage 2 to kind of avoid some of the things, but you'll see that damage is pretty good. If you're playing World Boss Legend for like the first time, you want to try to make sure that you're within 40 on his 40th bar when you're down to 40. If not, you're just not quite doing enough damage, and then that can be an issue for you later. So it looks like Professor Xavier's actually doing pretty good stuff. I normally just fight through the cages. I think you can dodge it. I just normally just try to spam as much damage as I can on this first phase. Try to do as much damage as we can. Looks like we're going to definitely get it, for sure. Yeah, so when you get to 31 health, he gets out of his chair and starts the next section where it's a little bit more difficult. That section is really easy to just spam damage. So he's going to hop up and spin around, do a couple moves. After a couple seconds, he'll start to look like he's going to slam onto the ground. When he does that, then these bars will... There he is. So those little tentacles, symbiote things will come at you, and so basically you just want to run around. So people with high movement speed, like Xavier, is really nice here. And so when you get to 22 bars, we're on the next phase. So this is important, so every time he has that next phase, you have to get into the position. And so on 22, it's always at that spot, give or take. So if you don't do enough damage to get him to around 12 bars, 12 bars will initiate the dragon phase. And so I don't know if I'll get there or not, but he'll do another one where you'll need to find the circle, which will be kind of right where I'm at now, about right here-ish. So I'm already on the dragon phase. So on the dragon phase, if you hide up here, then he'll just shoot up top, and then he can come around. Now, also if you switch, he'll also stay in place. See how he's still stuck there. And so the next one after the phase, I normally come on this side because the next one for if you don't do enough damage will be up there. So it's hard to explain because I'm doing enough damage to skip those portions. So actually I'll try not to kill him here so you can see where that Oh, I said I'd try not to, but see how that spot's right there? Wow, good job, Professor Xavier. Just rocking it. And so, yeah, so once he's going to this last phase, so he'll come up here to the top and he'll do some damage. You can get guard broken pretty easily if you don't have someone, so I can't even get close. So normally if you have someone you can have guard break immunity, can do some damage on there. But when Thor smashes, starts the 30-second timer to do the rest of the damage. If you don't, it'll do a team wipe, and then you will lose. And so I don't want to lose, so I'm going to spam as much damage as possible and kill Null, just like that. Professor Xavier, you are awesome. Alright, so I showed you guys how to get Professor Xavier, talked about it, showed off a little gameplay. So if you guys liked the video, make sure you drop a like, put your comment down below, who is your favorite mutant, right? I'm talking Xavier, Cyclops, Beast, I mean whoever it is. Tell me who your favorite mutant is. Also make sure you hit subscribe and the notification bar, that way you get the next update on the next video we do. And if you have any suggestions or questions you want to ask me, go ahead, just put it in the comments below. I'm going to do my best to answer for you guys and give you any more feedback. So thank you, and you guys have a great day.